Hey, how you doing? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction here at the home shop in beautiful Seminole, Florida. I am finishing up a detail on this Acura TSX, and for you professionals or for you do-it-yourselfers out there that may be checking this video out because you need to remove an accordion style windscreen or windshield shade. The client brought this car to me and she just had it painted, and she said, hey, can you put, a nice sealant on it and really get it, up to snuff for me? I said, sure, no problem. And so I started my very first project on taking the mounting brackets off of the glass, which are on just a very, foam tape type of backing material on the plastic mounting brackets. And I went online and actually contacted a company called Eclipse, which is who makes the wind shade that was on this car. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking this morning. I think I need coffee. And anyway, the thing from Eclipse, they emailed me right back, customer service, and said, oh yeah, all you want to do is just spray some glass cleaner and maybe take a plastic knife like you would have, just like, picnic type materials, plastic knife, and just spray some on there for lubrication. It'll help break the seal and just kind of wedge it up in there and then gently just pry it off. Well, let me tell you, the windscreen's been on for 8 years. I don't know whether that's a factor, but I really had a problem removing this windscreen. So I'm just going to kind of take you through what I've gone step by step. I kind of have 4 different processes going on with the 4 mounting brackets, and here is the outside view. So this would be number 4 that I'm going to actually show you how I'm working on it. This will be number 3. This is the passenger side here, right, of the car. We're looking through the windscreen, and then I've got number 1 up top and number 2 on the bottom, just for reference point. So here is the actual windscreen. This is, like I said, made by Eclipse, and this is a sunshade, and they've got accessories. There's a phone number. Focus. Anyway, that's 1-800 right there. It's really not focusing very well for me. Anyway, irregardless, which isn't a word. So the mounting brackets mount to the screen. Use my car as a little backing point here. So you've got these mounting points. These are retractable. It's kind of like on a fishing line, very thin nylon cord, and they expand and then retract. I'll try and get that for you. So they retract back down. It's pulled on a little tensioner system, and they mount to these. This is the sticky side. And they use some really good adhesive, not only for this foam sticky tape on the back of this, but also the one that goes onto the glass. It is tenacious. I have just a few things on hand. Here's some ultra power remover, usually crud cutter, cuts through everything. Not really so the case. I also like Goof Off professional strength remover. This stuff usually cuts through any kind of job that I come across. Again, not really the case. So I'm going to bring you over here. Here is our number 1 spot. You'll notice that there's nothing there. And our number 2 spot, very little left. And this is kind of the process you're going to go through. When you get this off, and I'm going to tell you how to do it real fast and easy. You're going to have a big lump of tape lump of tape. Is that even a description? I don't think so. But anyway, here's our number 4 spot that I'm going to take you to in a minute and have you see the actual process. Here's our number 3 spot. Doesn't show up very well. There it is on the white. And that's after quite a bit of work. You will get down to this spot where you'll have just a little bit of remnants left. And when you get done here, and this is going to take some time, here's where it was right here above my finger. So it's gone. So I went through a process of using some plastic scrapers. These would be for like smoothing out Bondo, that you would have in a body shop. This one's a little stiffer. They've got I don't know if you'll really be able to see that, try and get it on the black, but they've got kind of a beveled edge on them. I also have and would highly suggest that you have in your possession plastic razor blades. This is also a plastic holder. You just snap this little snap, and it's a single edge plastic razor blade. Here, I'll even show you with one hand, right? So it is, just like I said, plastic razor blade. You can find these online. I think Amazon carry them. They're used in detailing a lot because you don't want to scratch paint with something that's, metal. I would highly suggest not putting any metal to your glass. So I used a series of just some goof off and trying to, get a plastic knife. You can see this thing melted with the work and stress and strain I put on it. And I was actually able to get a corner up, soak this in some crud cutter or goof off, wedge it up under there, and slowly but surely work my way up. And I mean like over an hour or two. This is not a rush job. So last night, after getting most of number 1 off, I decided I was going to go ahead and put a heavy soak of crud cutter on overnight, let it soak into, it was about like our number 3 spot, right? I'll get the white in the background so you can see it. Let it soak in. You can see, I'm going to back up a little bit. You can see that I've got a microfiber towel, which is underneath the number 1 spot, because things are going to fall as you scrape. I also have on the number 2 spot, which is mostly gone, and I just removed this. You're going to get these thick, gooey pieces of foam that are just glue, and they're also your crud cutter or your adhesive killer, whatever you decide to use. And this is going to fall and kind of go places. You don't want that to land on your dash or your interior or your steering wheel or get into your vents. You can cover things over, right, with the microfiber. You may want to just toss these afterwards since they're going to have gluey remnants in them. But anyway, so I have the four towels in place to be able to scrape and get these remnants off. I cut myself a little piece of terry cloth towel, and I also have a blue Scotch-Bright pad, which I put some of the adhesive remover on. And I have switched over, now that I'm through most of it, to my trusty Citral 266, a product that I love a lot. I have it cut down to 1 to 3, and it still does a great job of breaking down the glue and whatnot. So anyway, I'm going to put you on pause. We're getting close to 10 minutes here, but I've given you an in-depth overview, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a live action shot of this coming off in a few different processes. So hang tight with me, and I will be right with you. Okay, so here we are. This is the number 4 spot, right? So I have kind of softened this up. It had a lot of the kind of paper material that was between the actual mounting bracket and the tape. So I found that working with, you know, a razor blade and just scraping that foundation off works pretty well. It allows you to get to this kind of last layer, if you will. And you can see, because I have put the solutions on this, that it's kind of softened up. You can kind of see this corner starting to come up. Now, this will rip away easy. You can see it's already kind of pulling. So what I have done, and it kind of off camera, but here's my sprayer and here's my Scotch-Bright piece, right, which I've cut to just about the same width. And I am putting on, and I just realized I should have my gloves on, I am putting on a little bit onto the Scotch-Bright. If I happen to drip some, I've got my microfiber underneath. You don't really want it dripping wet. You might, you know, kind of squeeze the bottom, maybe hold it with a paper towel, and so you can get this. And what you want to do is just work this over, and so it's getting in to that bottom edge, right? And you just want to kind of slowly work it across. This step is worked a lot better than the my first attempt on number 1, right? So in this shot, you can see here, I've got cloth. The reason I cut this to this size, I know it looks giant, but it's actually just a little bit bigger than the actual mounting piece of tape, is that you want to be very careful that you're not touching this area here, because then, you know, you could dislodge the actual coating. So you just kind of need to get it in there. You need to take your time. You need to just, with some force, just work it down and peel back this final piece of taping, while you're also putting some solution on there. I'm going to put a little bit more on my piece. You can see how I've got this with the paper towel around so it doesn't go, you know, through it and start to drip. And so you just want to slowly creep that along, and it's kind of rolling underneath my thumb, right? And I've probably got 5-10 pounds of pressure on there, but through the process of letting it kind of soak on there overnight, I think that helped a lot. I'm getting this all to come off in one big piece. Now, you can take your razor knife also and get a nice push. Once you have it really going, you can put some pressure and voila, remove this all in one piece. Whoops, so it broke on me. So that's the process anyway. You know, now I would probably come here like this and just start rolling it back. But I really do like this method of just having the Scotch-Bright pad, which gives you some aggression. It's not going to fall apart on you. It seems to really hold up. You can cut a nice small piece and keep yourself away from this cloth A-pillar here. And there you have it. So you can see how it goes. If you have a little bit of remnants, like I showed you on the number 2 spot, just put yourself some type of an adhesive remover on a piece of Scotch-Bright, and you're going to be good to go. So that's how it goes. And I'm going to reveal now the most important part. If you have followed all this way, and you remember, as I just did, that I'm going to show you the secret. Well, tell you about the secret. The secret of removing these brackets is to use a piece, about a foot long piece of fishing line. You want to put some gloves on. You want to put it between your hands. I'm going to bring you back out here. You're going to bring your hands, you're going to have that fishing line. You're going to hook it behind the mounting bracket, and very carefully, I would use about a 15-pound, maybe you kind of see better that way, maybe about a 15-pound line strength. At a loss for words. And you're just going to hook it behind the bracket and work your way away from the window, and you're just going to saw back and forth with the fishing line, and you are going to cut right through this piece of foam back tape, which is known by many detailers, but not just everyone in general. And that is the way you remove the bracket. So I saved that for the end. Da da da, cliffhanger. All right, everyone, I appreciate you being with me. Thank you very much. Be sure, and if you've got any kind of good information out of this at all, be sure and hit the notification bell. Go and subscribe to my channel, and the notification bell, bing, will give you all updates as new videos are always coming out. And again, enjoy making your vehicles beautiful. Give me the thumbs up, give me the like. It helps my analytics. Share this with someone that you might think has this issue. And I will see you on the flip side.